Yo, guess who we got here?
Cause I don't like nobody know nothing about me. Like I don't want nobody to know about my personal. I don't know. Like even if I had like a kid, even if I was like married, I don't think I'd want anybody to know.
Welcome to our warehouse. It's not pretty here, but this is a 8-figure operation happening. There's about 9 brands in our house, so this is what it looks like. Boxes everywhere. Look at that. Aisles.
Our t-shirts. Yo, what's the GSM on this? It's like No, it's way more than that. It's like 480, almost 500.
On that.
Yeah, in this particular the thickness. Pause on this right here. So fire. Look at this. This is what our online process is. Oh, this is my man, Big Hussein.
Sorry, what's up?
This is how we do the online. So when you order online, this is where they pick it from. This is our technical part. This is where we go over samples, design, come up with concepts.
This is not our brand, by the way.
This is not our brand, but this is where the magic happens.
There's a team here of like, 5, 6 girls. They do all the technical design for all the brands. So when you design something, the design gets handed off to the technical designer. They break it down to like all the micro details, the stitch, the colors, the embellishment, the fabric, the weight, the sizing, the fit, everything. And then that got sent off to the factory. And then that's how they make our sample. And this is where all that takes place.
He can park against the wall next to the in front of the Audi.
Nice to meet you. Pleasure. Phil.
Alright, let me introduce you to my man Phil.
Nice to meet you, man.
Phil,
Good guy following, so we're gonna do a little podcast with him. See, I think this is aggressive though. This is way better.
No, yeah, this is different. Yeah, this is a little less than more. That's
aggressive. That's like very.
This is
And
Michelle's
now
sample,
see
you
with
said, right?
this, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how it looks on.
That one is
Yeah, because this one they went a little crazy.
Oh no,
Where's the
no,
other
this
one?
is not it. This is not the one that we approved.
No. Same graphic, they just didn't do it the right size.
There's different factories,
So
so
is that the right size or no?
let me see the map. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not put it
You
here.
notice this is a 2-panel tee. It's not.
I see.
doesn't
There's
have
no
rubber.
sleeve. There's no
No
armhole.
The other difference here too is that we're a wholesale business. You're direct to consumer. So because our business relies so much on wholesale, a lot of our energy also gets put into wholesale, at least up until now. Like we're trying to change that formula now into this year.
Look at the depth on that mother of pearl.
You've seen it glisten when the light hits it.
Crazy.
I had the Techno like that. The Techno had the pearl.
Yo, you know what's funny? We're
Don't. Gonna know. You're gonna bleed that whole thing out.
I have a Technomarine right now that I ordered online.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Anyway, let's give a little intro. This is the completely informal, non-podcast podcast.
Non-formal podcast.
This is just us catching up with our boy we haven't seen in like 7 years. Huh?
We can't.
Nah, we could curse. This is whatever.
You curse, but I just think for YouTube we have to.
Yeah, it's fine. We haven't seen each other in like 7 years. How did we meet the first time?
That's a great
First of all, let's
question.
introduce him.
Yeah, okay. So this is my guy Phil.
Big.
I call him Phil Hefner.
That's
Once you find out who he is, if you don't already know who he is, you'll figure it out while on Instagram. I just got into New York yesterday, and Fausto and I recently were discussing like we want to catch up with a few people and just like get it on camera, just to like kind of just catch up and give a little bit behind the scenes of what we do and all the things we're building and all that stuff, and just catch up. Like there's no format to this. It's just let's just get into the conversation and see where it goes.
so. I introduce my man Phil. For y'all that don't know, the human alien. How you print? Is it human alien? Just human alien?
With S. Human aliens, plural.
Human aliens is the. You know I always tell you. You're my favorite female designer of all time.
You tell me that every day.
Every day, every time you
get.
post.
Every chance you get, you tell me
post-
that.
Yes,
That's
it's
true.
true.
That's true.
My brother, thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
No problem. Of course.
And
All the way from Philly, right?
From Philly. It wasn't a long trip. Hour 40 minutes.
Okay,
That's
because we're in Jersey right now.
Yeah, they ain't nothing.
but also, my man hasn't done a real podcast in 7-8 years.
Well, I've never done a real podcast in general.
So this is a first
So this is
And a
Exclusive.
privilege
and a privilege.
for us.
well,
Appreciate
thank
you.
No, thank you.
No, 100%. Because on top of the fact that you never done one, and you're giving us the chance, the opportunity to do this with you, I feel honored.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
1,000%.
I feel honored to be with you guys too. So
It's mutual.
No, seriously, because like, no, honestly, thank you guys for having me. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Because even though we know each other, we want to kick it, but the fact that you guys think highly of me, and you guys tell me that too, so I appreciate that. So I really am.
We like to give people their flowers now, like
Not enough people do that.
and I feel like a lot of us don't practice that more often. I feel
That's
like we
true.
should, like especially in the industry.
That's true.
Right.
There's not enough. Everybody's always like in constant competition, and I think it's important sometimes to like take a minute and tell somebody else like, "Yo, I commend what you do," or like, "Thank you for contributing to the culture."
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Or you know what else people do? People do like, I don't know if you ever noticed this, but like people will like only give like props to like a really big name. Like if you're a painter, you know, inspired Picasso. Like, come on, I'm sure someone else besides these big names. Oh,
100%.
Basquiat. It's like, come on, like there's probably a guy down the street or some that inspired you as well. But they don't
100%.
never. I don't know why people do that.
You know what's so crazy? Me and Abia always talk about that personally. Like, we've been in the industry, 20 years? About
20 years.
20 years. And I know for a fact, and you can be included in this, we've steered the market time after time. Maybe not every year, obviously, right? But, like, we've had moments where we had a chokehold on fashion, and nobody's ever said, thank you, guys. Y'all did that. Or just, yo, that was dope. You know what I mean? But I don't take it personal. I know what we're doing is in my heart. And I know for you in your case, man, listen. Everybody from Fashion Nova to everybody has probably copied something from you.
You can say it. I ain't listen.
Nah,
I stopped talking about it. I stopped saying it because at the end of the day, it's part of like, well, I don't know if it's supposed to be, but I know you guys know. It's just part of like they're going to take your ideas. They're going to, you know what I'm saying?
For me, it's a testament of doing something right.
Of course. Exactly.
For us, it happened a few years back. People started bootlegging our stuff like super early on too. Like typically brands, like you got to be super popping to start getting bootleg. But I don't know who it was. Some people decided to bootleg our stuff, and it was being distributed all over Dominican Republic,
Panama.
Puerto
Rico,
I saw stuff in like Costa Rica one time.
But did it have like your logo on
No,
it?
everything.
It was everything.
It was one for one.
Bro, they were remixing our shit, like taking two styles, merging them into one, coming up with their own colorways. It was crazy.
Yo, one
I
time-
still see the stuff out because I live in DR.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, I've been living in DR for the past 5 years,
He's fake retired.
and definitely not retired. I'm like, I see people on mopeds driving past me wearing stuff that's like a copy of a copy of a copy, and it's kind of crazy. Like it doesn't hit me like that, but like sometimes I think to myself, and I'm like, it's kind of wild that like that I put out that much stuff that you still see it in the streets.
Yeah.
It's really wild. So yeah, I think I don't. For me, like early on, it was a little bit like damn, why are they doing this? But after a while, I think it becomes like, one, is free marketing because
It is.
it's just more people wearing your stuff.
It is.
And number two, I think it's just it's a compliment in my opinion.
There's really nothing you can do about it.
And there's nothing you can
Actually,
do
we
about
did something about it. Personally.
Did it work?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
it. But it was by mistake.
No, obviously. I didn't say it was on purpose. We did something about it and it worked. If I tell the story real quick, one time we was in a store. We was doing sales. And the guys that copy our brand was in the store looking for brands
But hold
like...
on. When you say copy, was it your logo on it?
Yes.
Yes.
No, but like, so the bootlegs, they'll go to stores that we sell to.
Okay.
They will buy the product. They will send it to China, duplicate it. They'll change the colors. They'll do like little
Not
things.
change the logo.
Yeah, no, nothing. It was Be Rich. Then we got other ones that was like a copy of a copy. Like they'll change, instead of Be Rich, it would be like Be Rich.
Oh yeah, that's
And
the most common.
Yeah, and they'll have like the familiar look of what the brand looks like, but they'll change certain things. But there was the one for one, Be Rich, with the tags and everything.
The quality obviously wasn't there, but people were just looking for the look. They were selling our t-shirts out there for like $19.99, bro. Like,
Yo, one time I was driving in Santiago, and I went through the store, Santiago DR, and we had made this and we did this one Mickey Mouse type vibe one, bro. I saw it in like 7 colors in the store. I'm like, we did one color.
Yeah, we did.
It had 7 colors.
But what's the story? What you do about it?
Oh,
Got the story already.
nah. So we was in the
Digress.
store. They came in. They was buying stuff. The store owner was like, "Yo, those are the guys that be buying stuff to bootleg." So me, my partner, and Abia, my other partner at the time, we pressed them on some cool, calm collective. Like, hey, y'all do production. We want to do business. Y'all get the best prices.
yeah,
It
because
was-
if you can't beat them, join them, right?
Right, that was the idea. So they got super hyped. We invited them to the showroom. They came through like the next day.
They came?
Yeah, they came through. We
Pause.
sat down. Yeah. Whoa. Pause. They showed up. They showed up the showroom. We was acting like having a meeting, and then we fake threatened them, like in a cool, calm, like, yo, don't do that. Like, look, we can work, we can do other things, but don't do that. Don't copy our stuff.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the story. What happened after that was that partnership, not too long after, we wound up severing ties, and then when we, in transitioning into a new partnership, we didn't put out product for like 6 months, so we dried up the well for
Did I
them.
know y'all then at that
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember y'all saying something like y'all wasn't doing something for a while because y'all were looking for a new.
Yeah, we had transitioned to another partnership, and
It's like
in
4 years ago. It's like 2019 maybe.
yeah, around there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was right the pandemic.
It was like 2018. Right,
No,
when
it
we
was the
transitioned.
pandemic.
No, it was before. It was before the
Remember
pandemic.
when
It was
I
like
called you about? Remember I spoke to you? Well, that's go ahead. Never go ahead.
we'll get to that. Yeah, it was around that time. So we didn't put out product for 6 months, and we dried up the well for them, and they stopped replicating our stuff.
All right. Well, see, now you gotta keep doing.
Yeah, I had to keep taking 6-month breaks.
No,
Now we
even y'all
gotta-
gotta keep inviting people to your showroom.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
keep telling people to stop doing it. I mean, that's besides like going taking them to court. That's the only story I've ever heard of that actually like working.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Well, we technically couldn't do anything because our like when your brand goes international, technically you're supposed to like trademark it in all the different countries that you're
Right.
selling to. We sold to like 2 or 3 stores in DR, but we didn't. DR is such a small place that like we didn't,
didn't even
think like, oh, we need a trademark it there. So there was literally nothing we could do,
where you
even
guys
from a legal
trademark?
matter.
No, that's not true. Because my uncle is one of the presidents of the Bootleg Association that's not the word, but the Bootleg Association in DR. He said what you can do is, as owners, we can go get a fiscal. That's like, how you say fiscal in English?
It's like where they do like the civil cases. and
Yeah,
stuff
whatever.
Like that.
Take them, explain their situation. They go to the store and give them a $5,000 fine. At that point, they're not gonna want to either. $5,000 is their business for probably 6 months. So they're like, oh wait, we got fined this much. They'll stop. So they won't buy the bootleg because if we pull up and we find them again, that's their whole business. So my uncle explained that to me, but coincidentally, that happened right before that, so we didn't have to.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So for y'all guys that didn't know, I just free game.
Because I know they don't do that in China. China don't care.
Like, nigga, China.
China will let you do whatever.
Even if you
want.
trademark it in China, they're still gonna do it.
Well, you
China's
know,
gonna do it.
so we're trademarked in China, and we actually like won some stuff because
No way.
yeah, because we're trademarked in China.
Well,
I was
tell us
surprised.
a little bit about that because I had no idea.
So okay. So what happened first was, we weren't trademarked in China at first, and some guy trademarked the name ahead of time.
Damn.
Right.
That happens.
Yeah. And one thing I didn't experience, like you guys, I haven't experienced them actually using the logo. They would do the design, just remove the logo.
Okay.
Or try to do something else that looks
That
like
was
the logo.
reminiscent of it. I've sent you stuff on Instagram before, sometimes.
So,
For a complete different.
but in China, they know that as long as the logo is not the same, they can do whatever they want.
yeah.
So that's why I haven't had an experience with them using the logo. But sometimes on like Alibaba, right, they'll advertise it with the logo. Even though I don't know if they're going to sell it like that with the logo.
No, they don't.
But they'll advertise it like that. So when we would go, we would see a whole, like, just hundreds of pages. Because you know how China, they just spam hundreds of pages, like, with the logo. And even in some situations, I saw it with the logo with some stuff we never even designed before.
Yeah.
So now it's one thing to show our actual product, but now you're showing some stuff that we don't even, I didn't even do that. And that's trash. Like, don't put my name on that.
Don't put my name on that.
So what I had to do, this is before I got, so I had to end up buying it from the guy. He won. I got some of the best lawyers, but I had to buy it from the guy, which
That's crazy.
It hurt me. I was willing to spend more money to not buy it from him.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, he was my lawyer was like, you just buy it from him. You're going to end up spending more money. So we ended up buying it from him. But before I bought it from him, I tried to get it removed from Alibaba. They wouldn't do it because it wasn't trademarked. So once it was trademarked, that's when we finally got it all. So I don't think you can even find the logo anymore.
Yeah.
On Alibaba or like
interesting.
AliExpress. So that worked to some extent.
Talking about your brand, I have a question, man. Kylie wore your stuff, right?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
But how you felt when you saw that?
I wasn't really excited because, so this is when she wore it was a while ago, like 2017. That was a long time. Maybe even
You've
after
been the
that,
GOAT.
too.
That's why.
But here's the thing: like, I didn't really understand the game too much because when she would wear it, I'm making assumptions. So I don't know if I don't, I don't
These
know.
are-
Everything's
These
welcome
are
here.
the
It's okay.
But like, she put like her hair be in front of the logo like on purpose, and then like, so you'd wear it, but like it purposely wasn't showing anything.
Okay. I mean,
Like-
I knew, but
Yeah,
maybe
but
people know.
People who knew. But that's not the point.
Right,
The point
right.
is people who don't know
Right.
to know. But my man, y'all know Jamie. I think I might have met you through Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie.
So my man Jamie said something important. And what he said was, "Look, I know that."
Shout out to Jamie.
Shout out to Jamie. I know that she's not wearing it like on Instagram. Well, she was, but it's not, the logo's not being shown. But he was like, "Don't you think it's important for that when she walks around in the street or when she's amongst her friends, they see it?"
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, you're right." So even though sometimes they're not posting it and they're not
They're
showing
not
it,
tagging you, or they're not showing that love.
and she wore it on Mother's Day. I have a picture of her with her and her grandmother. She wore it on Mother's Day. And you can see the logo. She turned to the. So just imagine like you're out on Mother's Day. Like people are seeing
Yeah,
it. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And like her friends are seeing it. You just, if she just going to the store, if I'm wearing something right now, you might be, oh, what's that? You know what I mean? That's how it works. So at first I wasn't really excited because I was like, yo, show my. But after my man schooled me on it a little bit, I was like, okay. You're right.
Was that ego? Was that ego like, show my logo?
No, it's business. Like I need that's what I need, right?
Need
But
that love.
Did it move the needle for you at all?
I would say yes, but not immediately in the way that you would think. Like I remember at that time, more people from her circle were reaching out.
Got it.
So which means
How do you know how she got the stuff to begin with?
it was a
like,
stylist. It was a stylist
Oh,
that
okay.
reached out
Gotcha.
to us, and we didn't. I don't work with stylists really. I still don't. And back then we really didn't because you would send something and then you wouldn't see anything from it. And it's
Yeah,
like,
it happens.
I'm
happens.
not doing this for my health. Like I'm doing this for business.
Right.
And sometimes you wouldn't even get it back.
Right.
So I'm like, what's going on? And it's like a hit or a miss. Like
Right,
I
it
remember
is.
like Cardi B wore it at that time when she was like 2017, 2018 or something. I mean, maybe 2016. I don't know. That did well because she wore it. You saw the logo. I think it even was tagged. Like her stylist made sure it was. But that's rare.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
Cardi's a Bronx.
listen, ever
She
since
hold-
then,
she's
ever since
dope.
then, we still follow each other to this day. But
Yeah, she's dope. She's
that
very
was something-
humble. She's very like for the
Yeah,
for the
she's-
hood. Like, you know what I
And she
mean?
supports her like the minorities. Like
Yeah.
I've seen her post people that she just fuck with them on a just like on a she messed with them on an Instagram level. I gotta censor
It's
myself.
hard not to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially those.
And yeah, she's posted like Radel Ortiz, like she posted him.
You know what it is though? It's not even Kylie's fault because Kylie is so up there. She born into that situation. Cardi was born in the hood with us, right? So for her, it's a little bit more. It's natural.
yeah,
Yeah.
For Kylie, it's not natural because she don't even know what it looks like. I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming now. I'm assuming, but she's never walked through the Bronx, so she don't know. She never walked through Patterson or any of these places. This hood, so it's like it's not even her fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't even
I
blame her
get
for that.
I got a question for you. I think it's like the $1 million question. Was it out of, we know other designers and like you're the only male designer that designs for women, which in this industry is like you're a unicorn, my nigga. My guy. I got damn,
My man is
bro.
a unicorn goat. My man is a unicorn goat.
Damn, spliced them two together.
So the question is, what is that like for you? Like, do you sit down and think about that? Like, does that hit you sometimes? Do people look at you a certain way? Do people make assumptions based off of that?
I don't know if I'm quite getting your.
I can
the
ask
question.
it. I'm the ghetto one out of us.
Like, yeah, translate.
People be thinking that you gay.
Is that what you were saying?
That might be part of the question.
I'm sure they do.
But
Why
the,
wouldn't they?
But the question is really, as a straight male
Uh-huh.
designing female clothing, how does that feel? What's the assumption? What's the energy with other people? Right? It's some, yeah.
Something along those lines. It's kind of a broad question. You can kind of answer it however you want.
I mean, I don't really. I don't think about it. You know, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if you had more of a specific question because it doesn't.
I can go a little bit deeper. Let's go back to your motivation. Like, what made you? Because typically, as a male, typically male designers start male brands. Because
Right.
a lot of brands get started because of a void, right? So like I have a cycling brand that I started because I couldn't find stuff that I like.
remember that.
Like for
still
cycling.
got that?
Yeah, I'm about to open a store in the
Oh, for real?
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
I gotta look at that.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna be lit.
All right.
But anyway, I personally, a lot of the stuff that I create is out of voids. Obviously for me, it's like for us males, it's like we're not looking to normally to fill a void in the female space.
Right.
Not that we can't have ideas for it, but what was the motivation for you behind starting a brand that was solely for female?
So when I first started, I was men's. I don't know if y'all know
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
See,
was
I didn't know
men's.
that.
Yeah, I was men's in the beginning.
I don't think we knew you back then.
Nah, y'all didn't. But so what happened was, so my career started off differently. It was like art. It was like the Dragon Ball Z characters wearing
that.
like street clothes.
Love that.
So that's how it started. And Hype Beast, I just straight up DM'd them like, hey, I'm this up and coming artist. They were like, we love the artwork. We'll post it. And they posted it, and that
Wow.
kind of like
Lucky you.
that kind of went like viral back then.
Yeah.
So it became like this thing, but then people wanted to see like those things on like T-shirts. They wanted to see them on hoodies. They wanted to see them.
Yeah.
So that's how I started. I used to put like those characters on like hoodies, put them on T-shirts. I still kind of do it to this day, but that's how it started. But and it got it rolled a little bit. But at the end of the day, like it just wasn't too fun. Like it was more fun to design women's stuff.
Yeah.
Because me, like I dress very plain, and usually you design how you dress.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't as fun. And when it came to the women's stuff, it was just like you could do whatever you want to do. Like, not that men won't wear wilder things, but it's like
It's not for everyone.
right. And it's like if you really want to, do something creative, you got to do it in the women's space.
Yeah.
So, I think what makes it unique is the fact that it's women's apparel from a straight male's point of view. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's more so what I want to see her in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I guess that's how it evolves into that or transitions into that.
That's kind of dope because, personally, I have zero vision for female clothing. Like, that shit is so hard to me.
I don't think that's true though, because you know what you would want to see your girl in.
Yeah, I want her to be sexy all the time. That's all.
Okay, so
Excuse me, I'm gonna check
So-
the camera while you guys keep
if you wanted to put her in something, what would it be?
Yeah, but you have that taste, man. I don't know. Pause. It's like you have, when I see it, bro, I tell you all the time, like when I see the shit you
It's
be
swag.
designing, the swag, you put it together. I have zero swag for female. And people, I've
I
got,
can't believe- I don't
I've
believe
got
that.
hit enough from female. Like,
As
yo,
creative individuals, as designers, I don't believe that.
can you style me? I'm like, dub.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
I don't believe
but
that.
it might be one of those things where he's like oblivious to it because he hasn't tried to before.
Yeah, I think if you
fun,
tried it,
fun
you'd
fact,
get it.
actually, when we started V Rich, we sampled women's wear one season,
It was fire.
and I'll throw pictures in this video. And it was just like a couple of pieces, but our idea in the beginning was to cater to both sexes, and I saw myself as a designer having fun designing women's stuff, and I had a bunch of ideas. But unfortunately, when we partnered up with our partners at Maxima, the sales force that we had to implement while we were there, it was mostly men's stores. So by default, you wind up like not having a market to sell the goods to. Not that we couldn't figure out how to tackle that, but it was, since we were in a new partnership, it was like we had to put all of our focus into the menswear and making sure the business was thriving. And we kind of shelved the women's stuff.
We did kids. Kids did well.
Oh, and we did kids too.
And we did doggies.
Oh yeah, we did like a little doggy outfit. Yeah,
Fire.
So the kids did well.
The kids
the dog. clothes
we
did well.
we didn't produce, I think, the dog one, but the kids we
Okay.
did.
The
We
reason
produced a few
and that was selfish because that was true. The whole void thing. I did the kid. My son was like 5'4" at the time. I was like, yo, I need him to look like me. I want him to dress like me.
fun.
So we did it, and then once he grew out of it, I think we stopped. We just, what?
But-
It's a lot of work.
So then, how did the women? You said the women's was fire.
The women's was fire.
It
The
was
pro-
cool, but we never produced the women's.
Oh, you never produced.
You know what's the other problem too with women's? It was we already knew how to like design, sale, marketing. So we did realize that having a female line, it was like you had to double all that.
That's it. You got to redo that all over again.
Right.
Like
And
people say to me, like, "Joe, drop the men's hoodies," but it's like, I can, but like, if I'm not gonna, I got to do a whole new. It's gonna take another year worth of like campaigning to switch. You can't just add that in. People think that you could just add that in. Like, no, you can't just add that in. It's another market you got to do. Like, people don't know me for men's. They don't know you for women. So imagine me trying to do more men's or you trying to do more women.
Right.
Not that it won't be fire. It's just that it might not sell as well yet until you start.
Right.
You know what I'm
Until you
saying?
do it consistently. After.
Exactly.
I mean, I think for you with all your because whatever, your shit fly. So I'm just a fan.
My brother,
of,
thank you.
of human
Thank you.
alien.
And
Do you think you want to tap into men's in the future or no?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a lot of men's wear. Like I'm wearing it now. I just wear it my own. I do
know.
friends and family. Like I just hand it to like my friends and all. But at the end of the day, like I'm not paying for their stuff no more. Like they, like I gotta just boxes and boxes of men's stuff to hand out. Like come on, like I'm not doing that no
That's
more.
true.
But I like making men's stuff because to me it's easy because it's easy for me because I do very plain stuff. Like what? Like come on. What is it? Like I understand this don't take no. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for me because it's very plain, and I like doing it. I have a bunch of hoodies, bunch of sweatpants, bunch of t-shirts, but I just don't feel like marketing.
You remember that starter green hat they used to rock? It was like almost like that, but it was like with an S.
The stars hat?
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, you designed that?
No,
No, that was the real team.
it's a stars hat. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I wear. I'm surprised. That's funny. I'm surprised I ain't wear that right now. I wear that star. Yo, I have a green one and a black one that I've been wearing since 2015. And I have like 3 of each, 3 of the black, 3 of the green. And if I lose one, I just buy another one. I got a supplier. Somebody DM me one time. He's like, yo, I found a place that got your hats. And he bought a whole bunch of them. But I've been wearing those hats.
Yeah, I love that.
Them same hats. I'm surprised. I should have put that on today. That's like my uniform.
That's crazy.
I don't know why I ain't wearing it.
Maybe next time.
Question.
Yeah.
Back then, I remember most of your models or most of your influencers. This is a thing, 2-part question. Let's go one. Most of your influencers, most of the models are like more like petite, skinny vibes, and then I seen you went to my side. You came to the dark side, the thicker side. 'Cause I remember even us talking on a personal level. You was like, nah, the skinny joints. And then now I was like, okay. So what happened? Like why now entertain thicker females?
Here's the thing. I would have to disagree with you
Yeah.
because I think so. You hit me up about that last model who was thick, right?
Yeah.
And then what did I say?
Yeah, you've been working with her.
That's the 3rd time she shot, and I think sometimes people, like for example, you don't wake up every day looking at human aliens, like you know what I mean, like it's not your life. So I understand that people miss things, but and I think sometimes it's like how it's styled because people have said recently about the girl who was thicker, like damn, you moving on a thicker, but this is literally our 3rd time shooting with her. It's like you missed the last 2 times. So and I
all
think,
missed it.
but also a lot of times because the first time she had on swim. So maybe you don't picture the same because it's swim versus clothes. I think sometimes the way it's presented, and I think we have to do a better job of presenting the different body shapes because a lot of times you'll think a girl is skinny, like, oh, she's extra small, but she's tall and she's a medium. That happens all the time. Like for example, what size do you think that girl was wearing, that thick girl?
Had to be like a large.
She was wearing a medium.
Yeah, I could see that though.
And here's the thing. People go, oh, now you're making sizes for bigger girls. She's wearing a medium. You don't think we had mediums?
All the time.
We make up to extra large, sometimes double XL. But the thing is, because the type of models that I pick, they're still curvy, so you don't realize that this girl is 190 pounds.
Wow.
Like, you don't know that.
Right.
You don't because she still has an hourglass figure. You think that a girl who's 180 got to have. No,
gotta be.
That's how we select our models. You don't realize that girl is a large. You didn't know that. You thought that girl was a small, but she's a large.
Right.
But sometimes it's just how it's being presented, and I understand because obviously I'm doing something wrong if people don't know, right?
Or right.
No, but I'm saying, wrong because what if some girl is an extra large, but she don't know that I ain't gonna lie, I never shot with extra large girls, so maybe I can start doing that.
Yeah.
But I've definitely shot with girls that are large, for sure.
You pick them
100%. But you just can't tell from pictures because of the type of models that we select.
Yeah, no, I get that. Maybe like models wearing, when you go to the website, model wearing this size.
Right. Because on our website, our model wears extra small.
Also, like model is this tall. Usually, when you go to certain websites, it tells you the height.
Yeah, we do
weight.
that too.
And then the size. Which influencer or model have you worn? Have you used and it gave you the most
Traction? It's been so many.
Bernice.
Bernice definitely will make sure you put something with Bernice. It's gonna sell.
India.
For sure.
Did you use India Love or did she use?
No, I didn't use India. We actually spoke about some stuff years ago, but we never had a chance to actually get
She's
together
wore
to
your
do
stuff
anything.
though. I'm in my
Yeah,
mind.
she has.
Okay,
No,
okay.
she
In my
has.
mind, I'm like, I know I've seen
She
her
has.
with
And
your
in
stuff.
fact, I think she just that's another thing I like about her. I think she just straight up bought some stuff. I don't even think because back then we weren't sending anything.
Right.
And I mean, I might be misquoting my own self, but that's another thing I like. Like the people that I really like mess with. Like you think, okay, so look, a lot of times people think we have an influencer program or we're sending stuff. If I'm not mistaken, like besides Kylie and like Cardi, but like India and like even Dre, like they actually purchased. Like they went and bought things. Like even Bernice back then, they went online and purchased it. We didn't send it to them. And we would get sometimes people saying like other like influencers, they'd be like, well, can you send us something? I'm like, well, we don't do that. Well, we just saw India wear, we saw she bought it. Like they think that we're sending this to people. And like they don't understand the impact that we had, at least back then, that people actually went online, typed their card number in, and they purchased it.
Yeah.
Yo, we actually there was a time when we never gave anything away, and every celebrity that's ever wore Be Rich, I don't know between what year and what year, it was just done buying it. I'm talking about everybody from Daddy Yankee to Future. Future bought it. Safari bought it. Yeah,
You had organic
Ozuna.
people organically liked it. It
Yeah,
wasn't a
Bad
pay to play
Bunny,
thing.
Swizz
I could have
Beatz.
seen I seen like David Ortiz in it too.
David Ortiz
Yeah,
for sure.
I seen him in it.
Actually, even recently, Evan Iverson bought. And
Yo, I did, but no, I think I see AI. I think I see AI in something too.
Yeah, he buys our stuff all the time.
yeah, and we've actually like, yo, we love you stuff. We want to send you stuff. Ignores it. He just buys it. Straight up ignores it and buys it.
Yeah, so that's what I remember. Sierra did the same thing too. Sierra was like, "No, I wanna purchase it." I was like, "We'll send you something." So we end up sending her stuff additional to what she bought. Like these people who really like your stuff, they gonna buy it.
support.
Yeah.
They really gonna buy it. So, I mean, this whole like to me, I don't know. Oh, okay, question for you guys: what do you guys feel about this? Because I think it's new. This new like send me stuff thing. Like, do you think like? Because to me that hasn't been the thing until maybe the last like 6 years. Like I think like before it was people bought it. Now it's like I understand celebrities saying send it to me, but now you got like girls who just got 50,000 followers. Like, can you send me? What do y'all think about that?
Go ahead. You want to answer? Or you want me to go?
I think over time, people on social media have gotten very spoiled because they see so many other people. I feel like it was Fashion Nova that's kind of like steered that because they send stuff to everybody and their mama. But obviously that's worked for them. They own that formula. So I think that now there's just a preconceived notion from all these newer up and coming influencers that because they have X amount of followers that they're supposed to get stuff for free. So I think that it just comes from that. So, I mean, we don't get as much of that because we're obviously, we get a lot of messages, but I feel like for you it's probably worse because you're constantly shooting with influencer girls. So that in itself creates a notion for them that's like, all right, if he's probably working, he has an influencer program, like you're saying. So I think it's just them assuming based off of the fact off of what they see on social.
You're like a high end version of Fashion Nova in that sense, like where you're making women fly.
Yeah.
So women, who wants more free stuff than women?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
they already got.
You know what I'm saying? Everything's already for them is like, you know what I mean? So that's why.
Yeah, I think it just comes from that. So whether we like it or not, it is what it is.
I think honestly, you just gotta kind of pick the right people, and if you do decide to do that, just kind of have a straightforward like agreement. If I do this, I expect this. Because sometimes it's like, oh, send it to me. And then if they want to wear it, if they post it, then if they wear it, they don't tag it. What's the point?
Yeah.
Like
the girls you shoot with normally, do they reach out to you or you reach out to them, or is it a little bit of both?
It's both.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll reach out to me or I'll reach out to them.
I know that DM never decline.
That's not true. People ignore us all the time.
Yeah,
They do. They do. But you know what I found sometimes? I think there's a difference between like a personal thing and a business, right? I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience. Like, we'll DM someone from the business page, they won't respond. But if I DM from a personal page, they'll respond. Only because it's like a wait list. It's like it's almost like it's kind of a lot when a business. Let's say because we DM a lot of girls that are not models.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this business thinks I'm a model. But like if I'm just, hey, what's up? They'll respond. Like, come shoot. I feel it kind of lifts a little bit of like the nervousness off if you kind of like more of a personable conversation.
Right.
So, but yeah, we get ignored a lot for whatever reasons, but you'll be surprised.
When you say we, I want to emphasize on this. I was under the impression you're a one-man team.
Okay.
Clarify that.
Okay, so The reason why I know why you're saying that, particularly when I first met you, it definitely was a one man team. But as time goes on, you're gonna know what you need, right? It's like, so I can't answer emails anymore, so I gotta hire someone to answer emails. I can't ship by myself anymore. I used to ship out of my house.
Yeah.
I can't ship. We got to ship out of a warehouse now. I can't ship on my own now, right? I have a brand manager now who like usually deals with the models and deals with things like that. I got my tailor. I've got my fit model. I've got my photographers. I got all the people that are part of the brand. That
Okay.
it just, as time goes on, it's like a snowball effect. You keep adding more people because you start to realize you need more people.
Yeah.
So I would be doing myself a disservice by acting like I'm doing this all on my own. I used to do the emails, do the shipping, but when was that? 2016 or 15?
Yeah.
I met you 2014 or 13. It's a long, it's been a long time coming. So I can't say we anymore because sometimes my brand manager, she speaks to the models and decides what's going on. So I can't take the credit anymore. No. You know what I'm saying? But I still get what you're saying. I still am a one man team as far as I'm controlling everything. But I just can't say me anymore. I still, sometimes you'll hear me say me, but I got to switch and say us because I got to give my people credit.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day, I can't just say me. You know what I'm saying?
Any real businessman person, I feel like has a strong team. Like there's, even if you're the face, there's always a team, right? Like there's always people that kind of play to this chessboard, and anybody that really understands business knows that, right?
Yeah,
because it's like, oh, me. Nah, it's a team of us, man. That's the facts. From the littlest player to the biggest player is us. Well, we always felt that way from gate.
Of course.
When we first started our first brand, it was technically me. Came up with the idea like, yeah, I'm gonna start a brand, and then quickly, it was like,
it turned into a team.
Yeah, it turned into quickly. I'm talking about called the BL because me and the BL was partners before brand. We was already partners doing other stuff.
I want to know how you guys met. But go ahead. After that, tell me how you guys met.
I mean,
So the brand story is long, but the brief story as to how we met, it was through mutual friends. I was airbrushing at that time. I started airbrushing just for personal reasons because I was a graffiti artist.
I think you I think that's how. Okay.
Yeah.
You told me back in the day.
So I was just doing it from home. I had a regular job, and I was like 18, 19 at the time. He's like a 1 year older than me. Anyway, so I had one of my best friends went to school with Twinkie and
shout out to Twinkie.
Shout out to
and
Twinkie.
Steve-O, who actually works with us now still, years later. But anyway, so he was looking to open up like a retail spot, and at that time airbrushing was a thing. Like everybody was getting like custom stuff done. So since I was doing that at home,
What year was this?
2002, 2002.
Bro, I don't know what year we in.
2000. It had to have been like 2002 or something like that. Because I know I was like 18. Yeah. And so anyway, my best friend tells me like, yo, I want to introduce you to my boy because his boy wants to start something and he's looking for an airbrush artist.
Crazy.
So we link up. I came to the Bronx, had a meeting, went to his apartment, and
I was 19, living by myself already.
yeah,
Good man.
Yeah, so he told me what his idea was, and I was like, sounds good. Went to my job the next day. I was like, I quit, and like a week later, we started working together. So we had like a little, we rented some space in a barbershop in the Bronx.
Yeah,
And,
but this barbershop used to cut like Nas and
Yeah,
Rich
yeah.
Hair, Terror Squad.
Okay.
Tats Crew. You familiar with Tats Crew?
No, but okay.
Those are the muralists, like the graffiti guys from the Bronx. They used to do like all the big pun murals and all that.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So my story kind of ties into that because our venture there was very short lived, and him and I went our separate ways for a bit. But I wound up continuing to airbrush at other locations because one of the Tats Crew guys plugged me with this other dude that had a contract with Dr. J's. And so I kept doing that, and then he wound up getting a job at like a mortgage bank, where he met Angie, who then became part of our team back then
Shout
when
out to Angie.
we started
Shout
our
out to
first
Angie.
brand. And then I brought some guy named Danny,
Shout
who
out to
he
Danny.
had moved here from Rhode Island to airbrush on our team, and that's how we started our first brand. It was 4 of us together at first.
And then we had Enva, Chris.
Yeah,
Chris, then
it
Enva.
grew, and then it kind of downsized again when we formulated our actual like we we spent like 3 years trying to figure out on our own, and it was like a lot of failures.
There was
But
no
it looked good on the front end.
Yeah, no Google. I mean, I'm sorry, there was Google. No real social media. Well, MySpace was popping, but like there was no Google or no YouTube. Like, I want to learn how to do this. Like now,
So then, how did y'all from that era? Then how did y'all do it?
yo.
This is a long story, bro. Like we got to do it.
All right, okay, all right.
But,
different sit down for that.
All right.
but just to relate, you remember how like Rockefeller did the oil thing? How he's just the first to kind of
okay, yeah,
revolutionize
yeah.
that, and kind of it was for us. Obviously, we wasn't the first to create a brand, but it was the first Hispanics from the Bronx. Nobody's ever done that. It was real streetwear. There was no YouTube way, no guide. So it was just us. Like honestly, we used to meet up after work because we all had jobs or whatever. So we all used to meet up in this apartment that we used to rent the room. Like that was our office.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, and we would just go there and we would just like from let's say we all got there at 6 till 2 in the morning, and we would just brainstorm, figuring out how to start a brand for like a year. This happened every single day, and you know how like you ever watch. People be like, oh yeah, if you want to be successful, you gotta disconnect, you gotta disappear, you got that whole motive. That shit is really real.
It's hard, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out.
It looks like something you would rock.
It's hard. So I mean, that stuff is hard. But go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you
No.
off.
Yeah, so it's really real. Like when people realize you gotta disconnect, and I was a big influence in my hood. You know what I'm saying? Like I was the youngest.
You was the man.
Yeah.
You can say it.
But
You don't got it.
but whatever. But I disconnected, and then it's like people used to not see me and be like, "What are you doing with it?" And I didn't want to really tell nobody. And then, yo, I was one of the first MySpace influencers, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. People used to tell me, "Yo, I love your brand. It's so fire." I never put out a product, but we used to rep the brand so hard, and we was fly, and we was in the scene. So people just assume we was rocking. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
That's a
I guess the longer story, I guess we'll save.
Yeah, well, we gotta. The long story is actually kind of crazy,
Okay.
but we got to say that for another conversation. 'Cause we don't-
But being that we're here, we about to, you know what I mean? Just so that me and Abiel has been in this for 20 years, and through ups and downs and all that, we finally decided. I think this is a much longer story, but you know, it got to a point now where we're so. After 20 years, we've consumed so much information, learned so much stuff.
Been
went
through
the
so
ups
many
and downs.
mistakes.
Yeah, all the mistakes. So now we like super. You know, we're men now, right? Like we started as kids, and now we like one day I remember this. I'm sidetracking, but I want to get to a point. I called up Biel and we're like, yo, it was for my birthday. I wanted to buy a new watch, and I was telling Biel, bro, what if we kind of design our own watch and and we started brainstorming, going back and forth, and something sexy was born.
I think there's a little bit more to that story.
All right.
There was an evolution of ideas behind the scenes that correlated to this watch idea, and it was for us to create something where it would be our creative like where we can creatively output things that we can't do with our current brand. Because as creatives, like we have a lot of ideas all the time, but we don't have a platform to put out ideas that go outside of like the clothing realm. So within that, and us looking to fill a void, like I mentioned earlier, the watch idea came about. So while we're sort of like progressing that idea and figuring out how this could potentially look like, we came up with the concept to come up with a concept brand. So the concept brand is Trove, and that's what people have been seeing. They think it's a watch brand, but it's not. And I want to clarify that here. Trove is a concept brand, and it's a brand that it's our outlet for us to take creative ideas and concepts and experiences and curate things that are unique, they're experiential, and they are core. We feel like it'll be things that resonate with the culture. So the watch is like the inauguration or the introduction to that. And the best way for me to compare it so that people understand is like I always use fragment design as an example. So consider Trove to be like something like fragment design. So in the future, we have plans to like curate experiences. Like we have something cooking with Jim Jones. I'm not going to say what it is yet because it's still very preliminary, but we've had a couple of meetings already, and we're going to be doing like a 3+ way collaboration because we're also trying to involve a few other entities. And the idea is for us to create something that's experiential where people will come and experience something. And the byproduct of that is going to be merch that we're going to design with V Rich, and Trove's going to curate the whole thing. So I'm just going to throw that out there and just leave that there because I don't want to give away too much. But that's essentially what Trove is for us. It's just a creative outlet that goes beyond just clothing. I don't know if you want to add anything else. That's pretty much what it is.
So in that, we came up with the concept of this watch to introduce, and like we was just talking because we're watch guys. We're not watch guys, but we're watch guys, you know. And
Whatever that means.
because there's levels.
Yeah,
To be honest,
yeah,
That's what
absolutely.
you're saying.
there's levels. Yeah.
Some people got them watches.
Some
Yeah.
people got
It don't mean
$100,000 watches.
it don't mean you don't like watches, but
Right.
some people got them watches.
So exactly, we like them.
Yeah.
I don't have $100,000 watch.
Yeah, neither do I.
I hear
Yeah,
you. I hear you.
so-
I hear you.
That's what that means.
I see what you're
But
saying.
we was in because of that. We was like, yo, obviously the three most iconic, right, to use watches: the Patek, the AP, and the Rolex, the presidential Rolex. At that, to me, the presidential Rolex has to be the most famous watch ever, right?
Not to cut you off. The question at that moment when we were brainstorming this idea was, what does the perfect watch to us look like? Because we appreciate all these brands, and
And the design, and
yeah,
everything, the
but like
design.
certain elements of each one to us really stick out. So the idea was, how can we create a concept that's like a fusion of what we like the best out of all these watches to create the quote unquote perfect watch. So that's how we created what we call now the Holy Trinity. And it's a watch that encompasses what to us is all the three best elements from the presidential Rolex, the 5711 Patek Nautilus, and the AP Royal Oak. And that's what this is. We'll get some close-ups in this just so you guys can kind of get an idea. But you haven't seen the packaging in person yet. I mean, you're looking at it right there, but like you haven't experienced it yet.
I haven't seen it.
Fausto, grab the box that's open there and pass that to him.
Let me see this. This is the black.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and unpack. Us creating this type of packaging served two purposes for us. Number one, we wanted to give our future customers a lot of value. And I feel like when you buy stuff from luxury brands, they don't necessarily give you value. Like you buy an expensive watch that costs you $100,000, but they give you a wooden box that you can't travel with it. And typically when you're go ahead.
Go ahead.
When you're somebody that can afford that type of watch, you're a jet setter. Like you're taking flights, you're going places, and they don't give you a tool for you to carry and protect your watch.
Right.
So our first thought process was that the initial idea actually
like
came
you
from
snap
my
it.
wife.
I can just snap it.
Yep, yep.
And that's why it's good to have a female perspective when you're going through the creative process. My wife gave me the idea to do a two-part case like this, and then the idea came to my head, and we shared it together, and then we came up with this. So this is our own monogram, and number one, it's giving the customer a lot of value, and number two, this sort of helps us segue into a next segment that we're going to be entertaining, which is it's a little bit snug because this is one of our samples, but the actual production is going to be more more practical. So yeah, the idea is for us to segue into doing accessories. Like we want to do luxury accessories. Fausto, you want to give them a hand with
But
that?
no, I want to do this because look, as the customer, I want to know if I'm. Listen, so what I gotta do?
But this is a sample, so is it?
It's gonna be better.
so I just pull it out.
Yeah, pull it.
Pause.
Wow.
Hey yo,
Pull down.
talking real crazy.
This ain't. Okay.
you go.
Okay. Oh no, this is crazy. No, this is.
I don't think that one's size, but we have one of the other ones you could try on camera.
Let's see. Come on.
How's the weight on that?
I'm universal.
How's the weight on
I'm
that?
gonna be honest
Make
with
sure
you.
you clip the
I
side that doesn't
I
have
know.
the tab first.
I know nothing about watches, so I don't know what that means. So, look, come on, man. I'm universal. It's a little, it's not fitted too much, but come
Yeah.
on, man, I got
You
the
know what it is?
universal.
The other one fits you a little better.
Yeah, it
You
did.
gotta a watch that's loose. I don't trust no man. If your
Yeah.
watch is loose, I don't trust you, bro. That shit is, bro. If your watch is loose, I'm not doing no business deals with you. I'm not doing.
He's
nothing.
shaking your
Yeah,
hair.
get a click. I'm not doing no business deals with you, bro. Your shit was loose.
Only thing, now I didn't realize that the two were on the side. Why not here so that it's carried more? I just want to know. I don't know. Was there a reason?
I don't know. I kind
I
of
feel like have it being carried strap.
that's an
more sense,
interesting
but I mean-
perspective. Since because of the way that it opens, I think it was a little bit more practical to have it, because when you open it, you're typically standing it, right? So it's more practical.
But you're still, because even if it's here and here, that's how you're just carrying it. But
when you wear it.
Yeah, but even when when you wear it, but even when you take it off, you're still gonna even if
It's not gonna bother.
it's not gonna
You know, that's just a perspective. That's just design.
Well, a future 2.0 version. We'll have
I'm
the
just
straps
saying
on the
because
side.
imagine like if a woman wanted to wear the bag too, like she's not gonna not that she won't, but nah. But you know what? Maybe that no, okay, no, I see it. No, that's fine.
My man is overthinking in real time right now.
I am. Nah,
But that's the designer.
Yeah,
that's
the
designer.
design in him.
You're right.
He does the design in this.
Nah.
That makes sense.
Okay. Or
I
maybe-
think if you did a bag, that's how you would do it.
I would, but even maybe I don't mind this either. But even a way that it could be changed.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a collab in the future, and it's gonna be a human alien trope
there we
collab,
go.
and we're gonna do a bag that has the features you want,
It's gonna have the straps here. That's what's gonna have.
and that's what's
Yeah,
gonna happen.
I heard it here first.
No, this is. I wish that you show that one with the green face on it. That's,
the end of this
Well,
is
you
our
can, you can
first.
pass it to him, the green one.
The end of this is our first. This is your first interview. Our first interview.
Nah, this the one.
Whatever.
I don't even
We should.
see this.
We should.
That's the
We should
one.
do something special.
Yeah, I think so.
How about we do a raffle and you give away a purse or something? We give away a watch.
100%. Let's do it.
You with it?
I'm with it. I got some bags coming out. Actually, no, I got one bag coming.
Well, by the time this airs,
It might change by the time it's there. I might have something else.
okay.
But
well,
for now, we can say
this is
it's
gonna
a
air
bag.
soon. So by the time this airs, we are going to figure out how to do a raffle. It's probably gonna be live on Instagram.
Yeah, that was successful for us.
Yeah. So we might do it that way. So make sure you tune in. It might be tomorrow, or it might be later today. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll raffle a watch, and we'll raffle one of his unique pieces. And yeah, I think it will be super dope for us to like commemorate our friendship, right? And
Just being in the business.
just being in the business and being creatives. I think it's only right that we also sit down relatively soon and figure out how to do an actual collaboration that means something. Because I think we both do cool stuff, and I think we could do something really cool together.
And that's actually what you got. That's what Trove is. It's a
Exactly.
You're going to curate something, so
something.
Exactly.
that's what you're going to do.
100%.
But for this, how about because I love that idea, obviously. But for when this airs and we do the raffle, we have to give something. I feel like let's do something quick to kind of let people buy the raffle or buy something, and that automatically if when they buy it.
Have you ever had a dreams that you want.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm sorry. When they buy it, that automatically
Enters them to the raffle?
So like that, everybody gets something, right?
Yeah.
Because I hate raffles. Like here's a ticket and then here's the money. I like if you give me something, a T-shirt, a sweater, whatever, a hat, whatever it
But
is.
see, now what happens if you got a bunch of people who want something and there's not enough product? Now what happens?
because we're gonna do it in a format where we're gonna make sure we fulfill whoever buys it. So we'll pre-sell
Oh,
it.
so that way it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well-
Let's do that.
yeah.
Let's do it. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Sweet.
We never done anything together.
No, this will be our first time.
That's super
This
dope.
will also be my first time doing any sort of raffle of anything.
That's super dope. so
So-
you gotta have when we go live, you gotta have the Human Alien page go crazy.
No, it's gonna be on the
because it's for Human Alien.
But I don't know if I'll be on it. I may have to have because I don't want my face on that one.
I mean, you're
That's cool.
Maybe my brand manager will do it.
It's part of the brand's magic.
Yeah.
Anonymity.
I guess
That's
that
the word?
because they'll see this and be like, well, "We just saw you. Why not? Why not?" Which is a big deal.
Oh, we love that. Don't worry about it. But I don't know. I think it was dope catching up, man. I mean,
Yeah. We could talk about a bunch of other stuff, but we're gonna keep this relatively short. I don't know. We've been on here for like 40 minutes already, maybe longer. So I don't want to elongate this too much, but I think we're gonna do this more often. I think we can get a lot of insight from just sitting down, catching up with our homies we haven't seen in a long time, and yeah, this was fun. So
in the comments, if you have any questions.
yeah.
I don't know. How this,
I don't. Wherever this
Don't
lives,
ask
YouTube.
wherever we decide this is gonna live, please like and subscribe, so that we can grow this. We are definitely gonna have consistency with this because we've made a promise to ourselves, because we wanna definitely continue to give people like just like a little bit of a behind the scenes on what goes on and like what we're all about. And I think that's important because it inspires a lot of people to do things. And life should be all about adding value. Like, yeah, it's cool being creative. Yeah, it's like cool making money and all that. But like, if you're not adding value to people, then what are you doing?
For sure.
So, you know, we want all this to tie in with everything that we're doing and kind of be part of like whatever legacy it is that we leave behind.
For sure.
And we've inspired a lot of people along the way. So I think this is just taking that a step further. So yeah, stay tuned for more good conversations, more giveaways, more fun stuff. And yeah, we can wrap up here. Till next time.
My brother, thank you.
Thank you, my good brother.
Nice outro. We're good.